What do Warren Buffett and Omaha's top medical and finance leaders all have in common? They've all chosen Omaha's most exclusive neighborhoods to call home. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the historic estates where Omaha's old wealth and civic leaders have built their legacy, to the modern enclaves of West Omaha where custom homes push into the multi-million-dollar range, and lakefront retreats where today's affluent buyers find privacy, recreation, and a new kind of Nebraska luxury. Hi, I'm David Matney, a lifelong Omaha local and a top producing realtor. I've been helping families buy and sell homes here in Omaha for over 20 years with hundreds of successful transactions. Every day I work with people just like you who are making Omaha their new home. Let's start with Fairacres, Omaha's legacy enclave and one of the city's most historic luxury neighborhoods. Fairacres is nestled just south of Dundee and west of Midtown. Fairacres is roughly bounded by Underwood Avenue to the north, Dodge Street to the south, 69th Street to the west, and North 67th Street to the east. When you drive through Fairacres, you'll see the pedigree immediately. The original brick along Fairacres Road, deep setbacks with sweeping lawns, towering mature trees, and winding streets. This is a neighborhood with such strong architectural integrity that it's been formally recognized on the National Register of Historic Places. While it feels private and exclusive, it's also centrally located. You're minutes away from the Med Center, the Blackstone District, and Midtown's cultural institutions. So you get that legacy address with real urban convenience. From a pricing standpoint, the median sale price in Fairacres sits around $1.3 million, with about $303 per square foot as of July 2025. But here's the thing, this is a low velocity micro market. There were just 2 sales in July, which means comps skew case by case. Ultra rare trophy properties can trade well above the median just because of scarcity. Now, buyers will ask, what's the premium for Fairacres Road frontage and those intact historic blocks? The answer is a lot. Fairacres Road is the crown jewel, and buyers will often pay 5 to 10% more for that address. The original brick paving and prestige of the street itself carry real weight in the market. Another thing buyers want to know is, what does it take to budget for upkeep for a 100-year-old home? And the key is specialized inspections. These homes come with masonry, slate, or tile roofs, original wood windows, and older systems. You have to budget for that upkeep up front and bring in experts beyond a general home inspector. You're not just buying a house, you're buying the ability to preserve it properly. And finally, what portion of opportunities arises off market? In Fairacres, a significant number. With only a few closings each month, many homes never hit the MLS. Access comes down to relationships and local networks. If you want to buy here, being plugged in matters more than just scrolling online listings. That's Fairacres, Omaha's old money enclave, where the address itself carries as much value as the home. From historic estates, let's move to Regency, Omaha's original master-planned luxury community. Developed in the late 1960s and the 1970s, Regency was designed around lifestyle, not just homes. It has a private lake, the Regency Tennis Club, trails, and quick access to One Pacific Place and Westwood Roads Mall. Regency is tucked just east of I-680 and south of Dodge, making it one of Omaha's most centrally located luxury neighborhoods, close to retail, dining, and major employers while still feeling private and secluded. Most of the homes are custom built from the 1970s through the 1990s, and many have been extensively renovated. Mature trees and established landscaping give Regency a park-like feel you don't find in newer neighborhoods. As of July 2025, the median sale price is about $795,000, with about $226 per square foot, and some homes push past $1.5 million. Inventory is tight though. A lot of people have been here for decades, so only a handful of homes come up for sale in any given month. Another question buyers have is, how do buyers evaluate older 1970s floor plans? The truth is, If a home hasn't been updated, buyers will usually price in a cost of a major remodel. But when a Regency home has been opened up and modernized, buyers will absolutely pay a mint premium. They would rather buy turnkey than take on renovation themselves. How competitive is access here? Extremely competitive. Turnover is low, and some homes even sell privately through networks before they hit the MLS. Buyers need to be prepared and connected to have a shot at the best properties. And finally, how does a Regency compare to newer luxury enclaves farther west? The newer neighborhoods may offer fresh construction, but Regency carries legacy and prestige. It was Omaha's first planned luxury community. It's centrally located, and that reputation still commands respect today. That's Regency, lifestyle, location, and legacy all in one. Linden Estates was developed in the 1980s and the 1990s, and it's limited to about 120 homes. That exclusivity is part of what makes it so desirable. Listings are rare, and when something comes up, it sparks immediate demand. The neighborhood is located in central West Omaha, just north of West Dodge Road between 132nd and 144th Streets. That means you're close to shopping, dining, and major employers along the Dodge corridor, while still tucked away in a quiet, secluded setting. The homes themselves are large-scale custom builds, typically 5,000 to over 10,000 square feet, and you'll see a mix of Mediterranean, modern, and traditional designs. What really sets Linden Estates apart are the oversized lots, mature trees, and extensive landscaping. You just don't find that kind of privacy and space in newer developments further west. As of July 2025, the median sale price in Linden Estates is about $1.23 million, with an average of $235 per square foot. But at the top end, it's not unusual to see properties sell in the $2 to $3 million range, putting Linden Estates among the most expensive neighborhoods in Omaha. So the first question buyers usually ask, how does Linden Estates compare to newer luxury enclaves further west? The answer is, while those newer neighborhoods might have flashier builds, Linden Estates has proven prestige. It is an established community with a reputation for exclusivity and long-term stability. Which architectural features command the strongest premiums? Timeless custom designs lead the way. Mediterranean estates, modern builds with high-end finishes, and traditional homes with resort-style outdoor spaces like pools and guest houses. Those are the properties that really stand out. What about turnover? Do off-market introductions matter here? Absolutely. With only a handful of sales a year, many of the best homes are quietly sold through agent networks. If you're serious about in Linden Estates, you need access to those private channels. And finally, are buyers prioritizing school and retail or privacy and lot size? In Linden Estates, it's privacy first. Buyers here want space, individuality, and seclusion. The central West Omaha location is convenient, but the real draw is retreating into your own private enclave. That's Linden Estates, exclusivity, scale, and some of the priciest real estate Omaha has to offer. From suburban estates back to Omaha's roots, let's look at the Gold Coast Historic District, home to the city's most iconic early 1900s mansions. The Gold Coast, centered near 38th Street and stretching across Midtown, was the address of Omaha's elite during the late 19th and early 20th century. Anchored by landmarks like Jocelyn Castle, built in 1903, the district features revival-style mansions, historic apartment buildings, and tree-lined streets. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places, it's a blend of preserved luxury and midtown walkability, appealing to those who value architecture and heritage alongside central convenience. This was Omaha's original Millionaire's Row, home to the banking and railroad magnates of the early 1900s. Walking the neighborhood, you'll see incredible architecture, Tudor Revival, Georgian, Victorian, and Romanesque mansions, along with some of Omaha's first luxury apartments. At the center of it all is Jocelyn Castle, a landmark that really defines the district. And the location is hard to beat. You're just blocks from Blackstone Dining, the Med Center, and Midtown's cultural scene. Now, when you look at the numbers, the median price in the Jocelyn Castle neighborhood as of July of 2025 is about $253,000, with about $147 a square foot. But here's the thing, that number is misleading. the median price is pulled down by smaller homes and condos in the neighborhood. The true trophy mansions, when they sell, they usually sell well above and into the $1 million plus range. And most of the time, those don't hit the open market. So when people ask, how do you comp a historic mansion when the median price skews so low? And the answer is you don't. These are case-by-case evaluations. You look at pedigree, condition, and uniqueness, not just square footage. Another question I get is, what are the typical renovation or maintenance challenges on a century-old home? Roofs, stonework, tuck pointing, HVAC retrofits, and electrical. These were homes that were not built for modern systems. If you're buying here, you need to budget for restoration, not just cosmetic updates. And finally, how does the prestige of the Gold Coast compare to suburban luxury like Regency or Linden Estates? It's apples and oranges. Regency and Linden offer suburban style privacy, while Gold Coast offers history, architecture, and a midtown lifestyle. Both are prestigious, but they attract a very different type of buyer. That's the Gold Coast, Omaha's original luxury district, where heritage and architecture meet city living. Next up is Dundee and Happy Hollow, one of Omaha's most recognizable and culturally significant neighborhoods. This historic streetcar suburb developed between the late 19th and mid 20th century, and today it's known for its tree-lined streets, architectural diversity, and strong sense of community. You'll find craftsman, Tudor Revival, Prairie School, and Colonial Revival homes, many built between 1880 and 1950. The neighborhood also has some of Omaha's most charming bungalows mixed with larger estates near Memorial Park. The Dundee Happy Hollow Historic District is located west of Midtown Omaha, covering the area between Harney Street on the south, Hamilton Street on the north, Happy Hollow Boulevard on the west, and 46th Street on the east. That location gives you quick access to downtown, the Med Center, and Midtown amenities, while still keeping a neighborhood feel. At the heart of the area is Dundee Village, walkable shops, cafes, and gathering spots, plus Memorial Park, which anchors the community with green space and local events. Now let's talk about the market. As of July 2025, the median sale price here is around $310,000, with about $240 a square foot, and homes average just 9 days on the market. But here's the nuance. That number reflects the wide range of housing stock. Smaller homes pull the median down, while larger, fully restored properties, especially along Happy Hollow Boulevard near Memorial Park, regularly sell for $800,000 to $1 million or more. One of the most common questions I hear, what are the top renovation costs buyers should plan for in these older homes? The big ones are foundation work, roofs, and updating mechanical systems. Cosmetic changes are easy, but those major systems can be expensive. Another question, how do buyers weigh Dundee's historic character and walkability against the privacy and scale you get in suburban enclaves like Regency or Linden Estates? It really comes down to lifestyle. Some buyers want the walkable, tight-knit community of Dundee, while others want space and seclusion. And finally, does Warren Buffett's longtime residence here add to property values? The truth is, Buffett's home put Dundee on the map. What really drives demand is the neighborhood's architecture, walkability, and cultural identity. That's what sustains long-term value. So that's Dundee Happy Hollow, historic architecture, a village feel, and cultural prestige right in the heart of Omaha. Seeing Omaha's enclaves on a map is one thing, but actually buying into them, that's a completely different ballgame. These ultra luxury neighborhoods are low velocity, relationship driven markets. The best opportunities often never make it to the public listing sites. Buyers who succeed here are the ones who come prepared with financing, due diligence, and local connections. Without that preparation, even a full price offer can lose out to a better prepared buyer. Here's what it really takes. First, the low inventory reality. In places like Fairacres, Linden Estates, the Gold Coast, you might only see a handful of closings each year. Some of the best homes change hands off market quietly through private introductions. That leads right into proof of funds and pre-underwriting. In these neighborhoods, ultra wealthy sellers want to see financials before they'll even schedule a showing. If you don't have your documents in order, you won't get in the door. Next is due diligence up front. These aren't cookie cutter properties. You need to be ready with inspectors who know how to evaluate slate roofs, stonework, or historic systems. If it's lakefront, you should already have an insurance quote in hand. And if it's a century-old estate, you should be prepared with realistic renovation budget. Then there's the relationship leverage. In these enclaves, access often comes down to established agent networks. It's not about scrolling through the MLS. It's about knowing the people who know when something is available. Finally, pricing calibration. By national standards, Omaha's luxury ceiling is still modest. Even the top trophy estates rarely push past $3 to $5 million. But in this market, those are the pinnacle of scarcity and prestige. Now, buyers usually ask me, what are specific documents should I have ready even before scheduling a showing? You need to show a proof of funds or pre-underwriting from a lender, and in some cases, even insurance quotes for specialized properties. Another question is, how often do off-market opportunities surface? They almost always come in through agent networks, private introductions, or builder relationships. If you're not plugged in, then you'll miss them. Which enclaves are most sensitive to renovation versus move-in ready? In Fairacres and in the Gold Coast, buyers expect to take on renovations. That's part of owning history. In Regency or Linden Estates, move-in ready homes often carry stronger premiums. And finally, what are the most common mistakes out-of-town or relocating buyers make? The biggest one is assuming that these neighborhoods work like the rest of the market. They don't. If you come in unprepared, without documents, without local connections, or without a clear strategy, you'll miss your shot. So if you're looking at Omaha's most exclusive enclaves, preparation is everything. Omaha's most prestigious enclaves, from Fairacres and Regency to Linden Estates and the Gold Coast and Dundee, each offer something completely different. But without local guidance, it's easy to make costly mistakes. You can end up overpaying in a low turnover market where comps are scarce. You can get blindsided by the true cost of historic renovations. You can miss the best opportunities altogether, since many of them trade quietly off market through private networks. This is exactly where the right local expertise makes the difference. My team helps high net worth buyers navigate the scarcity, vet the risk, and access Omaha's top tier properties with confidence. Whether you're relocating, moving up, or looking for a legacy estate, we'll guide you through the financials, the lifestyle trade-offs, and the off-market channels that others simply can't. If you're serious about exploring Omaha's most exclusive neighborhoods, reach out today and let's start a private strategy session before you make your next move. And if you want to see more inside looks at Omaha's top communities, check out the other neighborhood videos I've linked right here.